Hello, Lisa here, Interdimensional 5D. When you go to sleep at night and in the dream time you wake up and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider that you work for the army of the Lord or you work for the army of the bad guys. Either way, I'm speaking to you. Um, these theorems are based on my personal experience, the Bible, Dolores Cannon's work, and being an ancient alien theorist. And they've come over a significant amount of time and years. Um, they want me to add into yeah, and you can add on to that that I'm an artist. I try to be open minded, and some basic hippie vibes attend to some of the shamanistic abilities that I have that I actually have been participating in since the 1970s. Um, I have an interesting series of messages. I just found out via another tarot reader that a young person who exited my lifetime who was really important to me actually was sacrificed. And, we come into this world with soul contracts, okay? And that person loves me dearly and wrote into his life the soul contract that he would be killed through an association of me with someone that, unbeknownst to me, has an association with Folsom Prison. That young person was murdered as they went forward in life trying to be the creative artist they would have been. I cried for a little bit, so if my eyes look different or weepy, or it's because this is the part of awakening that's very, very difficult. When you find about your past life associations and how some of the fucked up things that go on in life are actually the continuation of bizarre stories, okay? And some of you out there who listen to me have a connection to me, the likes of which you cannot even know. And you have to kind of be open minded about it. Now, when I talked about the dream time, you know, let's put it in perspective, okay? For those who are unawakened, in the dream time, you're healed. God gives you dreams to help you with perspectives of things that are happening in your life. Your body heals. For children, their bones grow. The dream time is just effing amazing. And now I believe in the pantheon of gods, the logoses who seeded the planet on Mary. The aeons are far greater than the archaeologists you guys. No. Okay, you're limited. Up there in spirit, we laugh at the 10,000 years. It's almost ridiculous. How would you know? Seriously, there's no science here that we created that can measure anything. And when you accept the fact that you really don't know anything, then you open yourself up to really know stuff. Okay? So with that being said, um, I'm coming to a segue part. I don't know exact dates as I am actually being led by the spirit and I'm going to move forward. So at some point I won't be out here for you all. And I do know a lot of you listen to me and are learning. So people who play with astral projection and in the 5D space, once you reach a certain point of awakening, and your awareness opens up, like I said, it's like peeling the onion. You're going to go through layers of understanding where you are and who you are. And then as we elevate and grow and get more consciousness, and if you know you're a warrior, you're going to be given significant abilities. I'm not going to use the word powers. It is powers, but it's more abilities. The abilities could be just knowing, um, think of all the clairs, and I'm not going to go there with the clairs, but it grows beyond clairs, okay? And when you get into the dream time, that you're actually in 3D space, but you can see far beyond, then you're really out there, okay? And I'm trying to help people realize you're not crazy. Don't commit suicide. Don't necessarily take the drugs. If you need the drugs, take them. Do what is right for your body. And I have a whole lot I can say about yoga and meditation that I haven't even touched upon, because seriously, our bodies are meant to heal and program themselves. And when you snap into the biodome and you understand it, and medicine becomes very, you go in, you are your own doctor, you are your own temple, you can do. Trust me, it's true. Okay, so with that being said, I want to go over some stuff for some of you to remember as we see, as you open up to see, because you're all artists out there. If you listen to me, you're some form of artist. And trust me, even the guy who picks up the trash, if he thinks of it creatively, he's an artist too. Okay, so don't be limited by who makes what money or what they do in life, because seriously, that guy who bakes bread every day is an artist. Okay, that person who goes to work as a cashier very well could be an artist. And for some people, money is just a tool. And that's the way God would really like people to look at it. It's a tool, it's not a measure of who you are, it's your ability to be able to do in life. And some people are trying to keep people down with that. And that's a terrible thing when you've got conglomerates of people utilizing the 5D energy to keep certain people repressed. And that's going on right now. And it will end. It will end to the extent it's going on now, it will be reduced. It can't always be ended, because we have free will. I'm going to leave it there on that. But I wanted to remind people of if you see something like polka dots, and it doesn't have to be in the human form, because if they wear a cloak with polka dots, it's going to look like a thing, this object. But seeing polka dots is somebody in their invisibility, okay? It's one of you guys, it's one of your peers. It's not a spirit. And then the white with the colors like that, so this person would have a magic cloak on, which when you're high enough elevation, you just see the magic cloak. They're not really invisible, something. So, and then know that magic words, if you see somebody doing white with all the colors, that's magic words. If you see a swirling thing that's white with all the colors, that's magic. Stay away from it, or break it up if you think it has poor intentions. Now, speaking of the etheric, some people just don't know their place. Now, I see the etheric, the 5D, is kind of like you're on the subway platform. You don't know who you're standing with, and you don't know what's going to happen on that train. Know this to be true. Always pay attention to what's going on around you and be aware. Now, some people think they're powerful, whether they have government backing, they just have a lot of dollars, maybe they know a lot of famous people, maybe they know politicians. I don't know what their frickin' problem is, but they come in, and if you're their target, they're going to come into your third eye and get really close up and personal. So this person got in my third eye today. The face was covered in smoke and obviously doing some form of magic, in an olive green room with like a gray chemise on with that fucking orange hair. And I'm not going to say who it is, but I creamed you, didn't I? I just... Why? Just mind your own fucking business. Some people need to learn how to do crochet or take up a fucking hobby other than watch me. Jesus. In the why of it. Now, this is kind of bizarre. Some of you will laugh, but Spirit said I needed to do this. So, this is a Cheerio. And they want me to show it to you that way. That's a Cheerio. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm telling you, if you don't laugh with your spirits, you need to work on it. Now, I have a connection with. They want me to talk about symbolism. This is coming straight from the spirit feedback. Horses. I draw horses. Do I have any in here? They just come out. They want somebody out there to remember Arcturians. The Arcturians did see this planet, and they want me to put this drawing up there, horses, and those sketches of invisibility. This is what I'm supposed to say. I wish if I get my money, one of the things I would love to do as a shaman, psychic, artist, interesting person, I would love to go to that cave in France where they have the shamanistic drawings and actually decipher it accurately, because the Arcturians are horses. Now, in my Boom Boom deck, you'll see. They want me to show this. Bucky. I'm going to remind you of Bucky. This is Bucky. Bucky and Chester. There's horses on there. And maybe you always think it's the hunt and that kind of shit. I think the people were more connected to space more than you could ever effing know. And that Spirit's telling me it's time for somebody to tell you what those cave images really mean. And I would love to participate in something, and we could debate about it. We don't have to get angry, and I'm not going to say, oh, this is it. I mean, because seriously, we all have key pieces of the puzzle. So my ideas might extrapolate something that somebody else said, and there we go into the higher meaning and the purpose of those drawings, because Spirit's telling me those drawings are still intact and there for a very specific reason. Nothing is by accident on this planet, they say to me. Okay, now that's enough of that. I'm gonna go through, and Spirit's been giving me the message to do this, but I'm kind of dense at times. I'm caught in my own personal, I left my husband, blah, 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 what am I gonna do, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. So, I tend to not always see what Spirit tells you, and if you're stuck in that too, know that happens to you too. So I'm gonna show messages today that I pull every morning. I have coffee and I talk to God, and then I pull the cards, So, and I pulled charms and cards today, so I have very, very specific messages they say they want out here, so I'm doing what I'm told. So I pull cards, and I think this message is for a specific person. Okay? The moon. So I got charms, and they came out. The elephant, the horse, and I'm doing them in order they came. The Pegasus, oop, a big old hand there. Pegasus, the golf set, and a little tiny seahorse. Should I give my interpretation, Spirit? Do you want me to give my interpretation on it? No, they don't want me to interpret it. It's very specific to somebody, so I'm gonna just leave it that that person knows what that means. Now, another. This is to this person. This coin. It's got a fist, and it says something about British. So money from Britain. This one they will have me interpret. And that this bicycle move forward, and this is, see how the hole is like a 9? They want me to point out that 9. The person who's the rabbit, and this doesn't mean, this is somebody born in the year of the rabbit and somebody born in the year of 1956. The rabbit's supposed to move forward towards the 56, who's very seen in the world. This guy, this little boy. Could you see the boy face, or did I? Boy, boy, be gone. Boy is supposed to feed or grow some frickin' moon magic, and that was the key. That was supposed to be the key to getting the gold for this one particular Aries person. That ain't gonna happen, buddy. To you people, that ain't happening. You should have given this person the money. If you wanted me gone, you should have given me the money, and I wouldn't be here. Anyway, this reading today is about principles. And this is my morning coffee reading. After coffee, so I have super energy, Mom. My kids gave me this, so I got coffee and mimosas at one time. Who's better than me? This is the life, man. I'm actually starting to look forward to what I'm moving on towards, and that's a good breakthrough when you've been through something horrible and you can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you feel hopeful about stuff. Then you know you can do anything. Okay, so the card reading today is very interesting. I have it backwards here, I think. Yeah. It's going to tell a little bit about this court trial I keep referring to, which I hope comes out in the world. You know, I was talking about the caves in France. You know, to some of you guys out there, I know one of you I actually tried to reach out and solicit to come and let me interview you. I notice people are standing up to those people on The View or whatever. I don't watch TV, so I don't know what that's about. And all I can say is the paradigm of humanity is elevating, and it's time for us to put those people who would keep us constrained down. And kudos to you guys. And if you ever want to be interviewed by the Blue Wig, I'd love to talk to some of you on a more metaphysical level. That would be so intriguing and fun, and to see what your real consensus is, since you are powerful people, about the reality of where we are right now. And then talk about some of the things you've worked on and how that helped enlighten and open you. And to one specific person has been in movies that I watch your movies, and then I take some of the hand gestures and stuff, and damn, Dude, you have no effing idea of what you don't know really know what you've people in movies don't know that you're giving you're giving earth angels um, information. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so there's a king of swords. I think they call him Big Mouth. A king of pentacles. And there's so many king of pentacles in this story, and this is where I get completely confused, and this is how they come in the nighttime and mess with me. Oh, okay, well, we'll do that at the end. The king of cups. So we got three kings starting this whole little journey out, okay? Swords, pentacles, and cups. Three kings are fighting. Dun 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 dun. Three kings are fighting about a wounded warrior. Sagittarian energy. Somebody who, like, this person's not going to give up. Look at all those wands. They're wounded, but they're still standing. You need to think about that. Wounded warrior, trying to put the wounded warrior into the position of the hangman. By the devil. This is what the wounded warrior is fighting. The devil. Oh la la, sis boomba. Don't make fun of me. Michael's making fun of me because I said sis boomba. Anyway, in the dream time. Fighting in the dream time. Which occurs every night. Imbalances. Unbalances. Whoa, look at that water in the background. A queen of swords. And they're trying to keep this freaking creative queen of cups. Very loving, very creative person. Bereft. Okay? Want to keep them out in the cold, and they're doing a good job at it, right? But progressing forward, as we look forward in this story, they progress forward. There will be completion. Something will be completed or shown to the world about the whole motivation of winning at all costs by somebody who claims to be a high priestess of the evil conglomerate. And all this means with this particular person is she has sex with everybody in the 177. Okay. So she's a whore. She's a high paid whore. Which is disgusting in my personal opinion. Okay, so that's one part of the story. The story goes on and on. And that's who that red-haired chick was, trying to get in my third eye. I don't know what you thought you were going to do. Oh, God. I could tell you stuff, people, you wouldn't believe. Some form of judgment today. Now, these are the ancestors. These are my ancestors speaking. Okay, these are the Italian cards, and there's more than Italians in this ancestry thing, because some people's ancestry actually covers the globe, but we'll call them the Italians. Judgment about the Empress, an actual Empress, has caused a lot of drama and fighting. And there's a particular King of Swords who has strength. Because he works with an emperor against an earth angel, a Sagittarian's chosen one, one of God's chosen earth angels. Who is that wounded warrior? Who has a big heart of love and is loved up in Galactic Federation space and throughout the whole universe, actually. And they stand confident and strong in that knowledge. And that's why that person won't be broken. They know things you don't know. They're loved by people you don't know. When you have that kind of faith, you can't be broken. And it doesn't matter what your faith is in. That's my opinion. Although I do speak, I know the Lord Jesus. And I know God personally. And there's reasons for that, which I can't wait for it to come out in the open so I can write a book about it. Anyway, there's a lot of anxiety. They're afraid of a celebration. They're terrified of the magician celebrating. There's a specific magician celebrating. And they don't want him to swiftly share. Okay? The devil's involved in this. This is what we combat and fight. So this is the devil, King of Cups, which is somebody we equate with the Mars card. And the devil, King of Wands, are going to get justice today. Forgive me, Ripley's calling to get out, so let me let the kitty cat out. I'll be right back. Come on, Ripley. Come on, y'all leave the door open. You can go. There she goes. She's so funny. Anyway, okay. If this goes on more, they're going to have justice today. And the Queen of Cups, or a Queen of Cups, works shining a light so there can be celebration. Okay? Which will tower a very significant high priest who's not a very good person. This priest is going to jail today with deep regret. So that's what's happening at the court case today. According to my spirit guides, I'd love to know if this is true or not. That seems kind of weighty. Okay, then we pulled the kitty cat cards. I don't remember which one goes first. I think this one goes first. A lot of strength coming out here. They'll be strong. Forward movement of sharing from the earth angel who becomes a star. Or the earth angel and the star. Because I think the earth angel is going to hook up with a star. But the earth angel might be the star. I don't know. You can take that however you see it. Six of Cups in. Sharing from the past. Oh, I guess the star is the magician again. The magician, the partnership, there'll be great celebration, and this is Five of Wands, but when I look at this, it's not fighting, it's playful. These two are going to put down, like play, anything that comes after them when they finally come out into the world. And that King of Wands is going to be really happy. He's going to be transformed. You see how there's a lizard up there, and he's just like, oh, this is so much fun. Because your Queen of Cups is going to show you how to put them down and play with it and make it fun and make it fucking laughable. They're going to look like mice. All right? They're going to be put down. We can eat them. We can skewer them, play with them. It's going to be fun. That's the message. I thought that was a sweet message on Spirit's part. Now, this next card, series of cards, and after I show the cards, I'll be done, folks. There is a person on the planet that this particular story and these miscreants of this story consider a living human being they call the Well. And I find it very interesting. This is from Matt Hughes, the Etheric Tarot, blah, blah, blah. He's got two cards in there. The Artist, which comes up in here. I pulled the Well so you could see it in the Well. He's got the Well as a woman sitting like in an alcove somewhere. But if you look in her hand, look, she's got a pendulum. See the pendulum she carries? The Well is a significant person. And there are people who think, they think if they own the Well, like they own power. And it doesn't work that way, people. And there's been a lot of people who've been abusing this Well and using it for power and wealth, sexual magic. God's had it. God said, no, 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 no. And they've been keeping the Well, the person who is the Well, down and repressed, so it won't go forward, so they can keep using it because they think they need this for their source. They need it to hide the human trafficking, the drug ring, and all the other icky stuff that they do. And God says, no, that's not happening anymore. So, they say sharing the earthly delights or little nodules of earthly stuff from God is blessed by God. And there's a specific person called the Emperor. This is not an Aries. This is somebody who has principles, okay? The Emperor has grown. Now, when I pulled Matt Hughes' card from this specific deck, like, I find it really interesting. I've been pulling tarot cards for over 3 years now, for myself and a various group of people, and I find that the decks speak about different aspects, and this particular deck speaks from the heart space. So if you came to me and you said, I want to find out about, is this a love thing, I might pull this one deck or another deck for you, because it specifically to me speaks from the heart space. So this particular end of it is about two lovers, and I think there's other people involved in this, but like I said, there's so many people involved in this story, it's hard to keep a grip on it. Anyway, they want to grow to the Ten of Pentacles and help balance the freaking Earth Angel, which is a lovely thing. And this a passionate message from somebody very quite official, or somebody who walks a narrow path. But then there's these guys, this is fucked up people. This King of Swords, who I think you all call Big Mouth, has great anxiety because of the messages of an artist, of a fellow artist. See, this is the artist card. See, he's got little wings on his feet, and that says to me, you know, a lot of you artists out there do kind of float around in the dream time. like little Mercury messengers. So the artist made a statement about love. The King of Cups partnered with a moneyed Queen of Wands. He was going to partner with a moneyed Queen of Wands. And so Big Mouth thought, the Ace of Cups, the guy offered the Eight of Cups to that person, and there was celebration by the woman, by the Queen of Wands. Okay, she celebrated in advance of the relationship being. I don't know. Did he give her a ring? Did he give her a ring? It was implied. It wasn't, he didn't give her a ring. There was no official anything. It was an implication that he might, this woman they call the baseballer. And here's her claim to fame. This is disgusting. So she gets on the World Wide Web and I think she puts a wig on pretending to be me. And then she shows her vagina they push a baseball in and she pushes it out with her vagina. And now she's got, her uterus comes out. What do they call that? Prolapse or fucking whatever. When you do that kind of bullshit to your body, bad things are going to happen to you, sweetheart. That's disgusting. You need to have principles, okay? The reason why you can't hurt a certain person, because that person has principles. Anyway, so the artist made an implication. He didn't even give the girl a ring, engagement ring. And so the resting or putting down the progression of a specific person, somebody they see as not having a whole lot, but that does have something, would win at all costs for whatever this group was, okay? And they wanted to end. Make that person look like they were the ones who were in trouble, because they would have a strong beginning. They thought they were going to have a strong beginning. So Big Mouth thought because so-and-so implied that they were interested in the baseballer, they thought it was okay to attack the well. Let's just say it as it is. They thought it was okay to attack the frickin' well. And you're going to hear that today in court. It's funny stuff. Now, these are some cards, and maybe they work for somebody. I don't understand some of them. But I do understand some of them. But maybe some of you out there know more than I do. Anyway, there's a unicorn. They're rare. Be mindful, unicorns can kill. When you go, a unicorn is in the south right now. And during September, which is the month that just passed, words of death or life were said, of which Spirit's given this celestial warning that that plan is out with the trash. And also I get from this, the South is out with the trash. In February, maybe on the 5th, somebody's supposed to start meditating seriously, or maybe do research and write about the whole experience with the Army of the Lord. I don't know if that starts on February the 5th or it'll be wrapped up by February. Somebody's writing a story about the Army of the Lord. Kudos to you. I hope somebody calls me and says, hey, do you want to be part of this? Now, this is the message I don't know. That's totally fucking weird. I have no clue what this really means, but the new moon this month is October 21st. Okay, the new moon. On the new moon, Moon Supreme is either going to fire the cloak of levitation, or the cloak of levitation is going to fire. And I'm not sure this really applies. I have on here written, you've been fired by the cloak of levitation for crimes against humanity, Doctor Strange. Now, I'm not sure this means the guy who plays Doctor Strange. You know, so many people cosplay and maybe somebody thinks they're Doctor Strange. I have a feeling one of the freaking coven people thinks that they are Doctor Strange. So, the cloak of levitation has fired you, dude. Whoever you are, and if you don't have that cloak of levitation, you're nobody, okay? And then somebody's going to say to somebody, I will wear your heart on my tam. That's like the ultimate. You're going to pull their heart out, dry it out, and it goes on that tam as like a notch in your belt. Anyway, that's all I have to say today. I hope these card messages meant something for somebody. I hope what I say means something to somebody. Anyway, remember, I think you're amazing and I absolutely love you. And if you watched all the way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate you more than words can say. Have a good day. Stay positive. You're never alone. Always speak out. Speak your needs and they will be answered. Bye now.